How about a little Monday motivation for you? Why are you not reaching your goals? I've got a great metaphor that I'm going to walk you through that I walk all of my students through when they're having a hard time reaching big goals, because I get asked a lot of how do I do this type of questions? How do I get clients off of Instagram? How do I grow my business? How do I get fully booked? All of those are great questions, but it's missing a key component as to how you reach that goal and how actually I can't coach you in how to do something because we're not clear on the destination we're going. If this is your first time joining me, my name is Tara Walsh. I'm a business coach and marketing strategist for those who run beauty salons and beauty spas all over the world. So let's get into my Google Maps analogy. So let's say you want to go out to dinner one night, okay? And you're like, Google, I'm hungry. What does Google do? Google's gonna be like, oh, good for you. You should eat. Okay, so those are the types of questions that I get of like, hey, Tara, I want a successful business. It's like, cool. You should have a successful business. You should run your business. How do we help our Google Maps determine what directions are going to be the quickest to get us to our destination? Well, unless we have clarity on the destination we're going, Google Maps can't actually give us the quickest path to get there. Same thing with like coaching or any goals that you have. So many people focus on the how to and not having clarity on the destination. If you don't know how to do something, it's likely because you don't have clarity on the destination. So going along with this Google Maps destination theory, let's keep going. So if I say, Google, I want you to take me to a good restaurant, Google Maps will be like, okay, we're getting a little bit closer. You want a restaurant, but what's good? What factors is Google supposed to use to give you a good restaurant? And that can be so wide and vast in its factors as it is. So do you want a place that has a lot of stars in the reviews? Well, you can find a place that has a 5-star review. It has 1 5-star review. Is that good? Or is a place that has thousands of reviews, but it's only 4.8 stars good? Well, it's hard to determine. You have to be the one that determines what good is or what successful is in your business, because my version of success may be very different than your version of success, but yeah, we're both using the same word. And so you may say, Tara, I want a successful business. I just want to be successful in business. I just want to make money in my business. Well, if you make $1 in your business, technically you're making money in your business, but something is still getting in the way of you reaching your goals. So we need to be more specific. So let's keep going with the Google Maps analogy. So if I say, okay, Google, fine. I want to go to the best Indian restaurant within 20 miles of me. And if it could have maybe 4-star reviews, at least on average, that'd be great. Now Google can go look at your area of all of the Indian restaurants, which narrows it down, and all of them that have 4-star reviews, then maybe it only gives you a couple of options. And if you're in a really small city, it may only be one option, right? But at least now it can narrow down the options, and then you choose, yes, that one seems to be the closest with the best reviews. It talks about, the most amazing garlic naan. So you're like, cool, that's the destination I want to go to. Great. So now Google Maps is going to do its computations and find the streets and the quickest way to get you there. So if you're not doing that in your business where you're like, this is how I define success, you're never going to know the how, or you're going to be trying a bunch of different hows and think, God, I keep posting on Instagram and nobody's booking. And I've tried Google ads and I've tried boosting posts and I've tried giving away free sets and I've tried models and I've tried posting in Facebook groups and nothing's working. It's because you're not clear on the end result that you're trying to get. So even when you get into your car and you're driving, Google Maps will actually be actively still looking for the fastest way to get you there, because you may be driving along the route and there's an accident ahead and it's going to say, hey, actually something came up. There's a new obstacle. It's going to take you an additional 20 minutes. Or it could say it would be faster if you went around the accident as opposed to waiting for traffic to go through the accident. Well, if your goal is, I want the shortest mileage or kilometers, wherever you're watching from, to go from point A to point B, it won't route you around the accident. It will take you longer, but it is the shortest mileage from point A to point B. But if your goal is to get to the end destination the fastest, then sometimes you have to take a detour to go around any blocks that come up or any obstacles or changes to algorithm or wherever you want to take this. So really, when I start to pull this back in and land it for you when it comes to your business, you can be looking at all of the different ways that you can build a clientele, all the different ways that you can pay yourself more, all the different ways that your business can be successful. But until you have actual clarity and know exactly with complete clarity of what it is that you're trying to create, you're never going to know the fastest, quickest way to get there. So if you want to build out a team, I get a lot of I want to do it right the first time. I want to do it perfect. Well, there is no right or perfect way because those are discretionary and vague. What does right mean to you? Does it mean that it's not going to be as costly? Does it mean that you're going to be profitable? Does it mean that that team member is going to stay on forever? That you are pulling back from the treatment room? How do you define success? So before you make any further decisions in your business, whether it's where do I market, whether you post another thing, think about what is it that you're trying to get to. Most people, when they start a business, they want to be able to not only produce sales, right? Sales is good, but if, let's say you have a $100,000 business, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Most people are like, it's a good thing, it's a great thing. Okay, let me plant this seed for you. If you have a $100,000 business, but it costs you $200,000 to run that business, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Right? We have to have more specificity. I want a $100,000 business and I want profit in there so I'm able to pay myself. Well, how much profit? It's, if you only have $1 left over after $100,000, that's still technically profit. So you've technically checked the box, but is that what you want? Well, no, I want to be able to pay myself a full-time wage and work part-time. Great. Well, let's get even more specific to that. What is a full-time wage? What is part-time hours? Right? Because if you have a $100,000 business and you're making 30% profit, so you're paying yourself 30 grand a year, cool. But if you work 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, is that successful? Probably not. So getting clarity on what you actually want will make it so much easier for you to decide, do I go down this path? Do I do this path? Do I do Instagram? Do I do TikTok? Do I do email marketing? Do I do Google ads? Do I do paid ads? I don't know what's going to get you there better, faster, easier. And this is really where having a coach comes in to help, because I can't coach you to get to your destination without having complete clarity on where we're going. And so I'm going to ask you all of these questions to get clear for both of us on where we're going. And part of going along that map and that route to get you there better, faster, and easier means obstacles are going to come up. You're going to have questions, and I'm going to keep you accountable to the end result you're working towards so that you know, okay, yep, I've got to go either left or right here. We're at a dead end in the road, and I've either got to make decision A or decision B. And so we look at which one is going to get you to the end result better, faster, quicker, easier. And then it becomes just okay, yep, do that. Nope, do that. Shiny object, I see it all the time in my students. An opportunity lands in their lap like, wow, this must be a sign from the universe that I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to go into education because I had 2 people reach out to me on Instagram saying they love my work and if I teach lashes, well, there must be a whole bunch of opportunity going down this path. When in reality, they want more time with their family and they want to, they actually don't really want to get into education or online marketing, because really education, if you become an educator, most of your time is spent marketing than it is actually teaching. So if you don't love marketing and you're not obsessed with marketing, you're not willing to learn marketing, don't become an educator, because as an educator, you teach students basically one time. You don't have so many different offerings that you can retain those students and keep growing a relationship with them and keep getting them to pay you. So you've got to find new leads, new students all the time. So there's a lot of marketing that happens when you become an educator. So when you think like, wow, there's so much demand for being an educator, but once you've exhausted those 2 people who probably wouldn't pay the rate that you would need to have them pay for you to like fully pivot your business, well, then where are the next few students coming from? Chances are what you're already building out in your business is going to be what is going to sustain you, get your time back, get you more money. You can work on profit margin so you're being paid well. Because once you have the actual blueprint of how to run a successful business that is producing sales, producing profit, then you get choice. You get choice. You can choose to continue working down the current path and growing and scaling that and adding on team members and getting your time back. And again, just being that chess player of your business. Like, I've got all these resources. Which resources do I use to start living the life that I want and enjoying my business? Or you can start a new business, like an educator business or a product line business, or get into coaching or whatever else is beyond. But you have to have proof and evidence that you know how to run a business in one area before you start dabbling in a whole bunch of other areas. Because the success that you experience in one business is going to translate to these other businesses. And the lack of success, the lack of sales, the lack of profitability, the overspending, all of those behaviors and habits that you have in one business, they're also going to follow you into these other businesses. So for those of you that are really into shiny object of like all these different things falling into your lap, and it just must be a sign from the universe that you should go down this path. Look, if you don't have success in one area, you're going to replicate the same experience in all of these other areas. So all of that to say, your best gift to yourself, if you don't know, if you're overwhelmed, if you don't know what the steps are, if you're confused as to which direction you should go, you need to have complete clarity on what it is you're trying to create first. That's it. It's as simple as that, because then your decisions really become, is this decision going to get me there better, faster, easier? And your best discernment, the best gift that you can learn as an entrepreneur is being able to say no to things that seem like a really good opportunity, but are actually taking you in a different direction that you're meant to go. That's all I got for you today. If that was helpful to you, send me a DM and let me know like, hey, that was great. Here's my destination, or I have no idea where I'm going, which is why I'm confused. Can you help me get clarity? Happy to help out with that. All right, guys, until next time, have a good one.